Good afternoon to all. I would like first of all thank the organizers for the invitation and especially Ms. Mara Spioti, who is the national moderator for Sonator program. My name is Angeliki Sora and I work at the Directorate of Foreigners and Immigration in Athens. I'll try in my presentation describe to you in few words the Greek migration management system and then talk about civil servants' competencies and how we can introduce intercultural competencies and why we need intercultural mediators in public administration. Okay, let's start. We have two main bodies in Greece that deal with the migration phenomenon. First of all, it is the Ministry of Interior, Public Administration and Decentralization. The General Secretary of Population and Social Cohesion, which coordinates the DG Migration Policy and Social Integration and the Citizenship Directorate. And second, we have the Ministry of Citizen Protection, the former Public Order Ministry, where the Asylum Service operates as a directorate and has the mission of applying the legislation on asylum and other forms of international protection. It also grants the status of refugee to asylum seekers. But we also have many other stakeholders who take place in the migration system. We have the decentralized administrations. I will give you more details in a few minutes. The Greek Ombudsman, the Greek courts, the police authorities, the Greek Manpower Employment Organization, OAED, the social security organizations such as ICA and OGA, the UN Refugee Agency, and many NGOs. So let's talk about the decentralized administrations. This is the third level of local government. At first level, we have municipalities. On second level, we have the regions. And the third level is the decentralized administrations. And what do? Decentralized administration responds to the requirements of territorial, social, and economic cohesion and promotes their overall national competitiveness. It serves as a strong administrative unit which assists the decentralization of the state functions and promotes the efficient coordination of the development plan at the regional level. It is responsible for decentralized services of ministries in the cases where this is considered appropriate. And of course, is responsible for a series of actions. Among them are the immigration policies, which are our field. So in these decentralized administrations are the Directorate of Foreigners and Immigration. Their scope is serve migrants in relation to resident permits, citizenship and social integration issues. These directorates collaborate with the Ministry of Interior. And as from the 31st of December of 2013, this directorate use a model of one-stop shop. That means offering the third country nationals the convenience of obtaining their needs in one stop. This new model serves as a model on the basis of a holistic approach for the third country nationals integration. It is expected to have a positive impact in terms of quality, sufficiency, promptness, and sustainability of integration services, and of course reduce the cost of the services provided to third country nationals. The previous year, the Ministry of Interior, together with the Directorate, issued 540,000 permits, and we are still having 160,000 pending applications. So what are civil servants who work in these public services do? They issue 5 categories of resident permits to third country nationals. We have resident permits for employment, dependent employment, seasonal employment, corporate employment. We have resident permits for independent economic activity, resident permits for special reasons such as studies or foreign press correspondence and many others, resident permits for family reunification, and long-term resident permits. Civil servants who work in this public service, they inform daily third country nationals on issues related to immigration law. They accept, examine, answer, and classify their applications, check the authenticity of foreign and Greek documents, archive documents, have knowledge, of course, of foreign laws, rules, and of asylum procedures, and contact via phone, fax, or government tools with the national courts and police. And what are the competencies that Greek civil servants have? We have a very positive background about the knowledge in the areas of law, administration, constitution, technology, economics, organization, management, EU and national policies, and many more. We have a medium background about foreign languages. Most of the Greek civil servants speak English. Some of them speak French, German, Italian, or Spanish, but almost no one speaks Albanian, Russian, Chinese, Urdu, which are the mother languages for third country nationals. And we have a lack of intercultural competencies. As we mentioned before, that means tolerance, flexibility, awareness, openness, considering opinions, ability to adapt to values of other people, ethical behavior, patience, interpersonal skills, and empathy that we discussed before. So being intercultural, of course, involves questioning the taking for granted conventions within which one lives, seeking to empathize with the experience of others, reflecting on the impact of this upon oneself and one's own identities, being able to put oneself in the position of others and recognizing those who have different opinions, of course, listening, and overcoming all the stereotypes, the differences, and the prejudice. So how can we introduce intercultural competencies in the education of civil servants? One idea is provide courses either from the National School of Public Administration and Local Government, this is ESDA, which is the National Strategic Agent for the Development of the Human Resources of the Public Administration. In this national school operates the Institute of Training, INEP, which who trains both the newly appointed public sector employees and the already serving staff through specifically designed certified programs. All civil servants in Greece have participated in such programs. Another idea is courses provided from the universities, such as the Hellenic Open University or the National Kapodistrian University of Athens through their distance learning programs. But we also need the intercultural mediators in public administration. And why is that? Because we have a huge range of institutions involved in the integration process of third country nationals. We have a lack of cooperation between government services and they are dispersed in dispersed locations. We have diversity of procedures and sometimes even contradictory services. We have a huge complex bureaucracy and a lack of coordination among all the stakeholders. We have communication difficulties, insufficient and sometimes contradictory information given, limited possibilities of intervention, and of course, third country nationals' mistrust towards the services provided due to their previous negative experiences. So the intercultural mediator can facilitate the communication between the third country nationals and the civil servants. They can reduce cultural misunderstandings. They can promote non-discriminatory access to public services, provide, of course, interpretation and translation, help the provision of services on an equal and non-discriminatory basis. In cases, in our case in Directorate, they can offer, of course, legal advice and information about resident permit requirements. So what else they can offer? Since insufficient information increases third country national distrust towards the country and its services, Intercultural mediator can contribute to minimizing this distrust. They contribute to the dissemination of a positive message to the host society in relation to third country nationals and a positive image of the host country to the immigrant population. They can enhance a claim of cooperation and consultation between all the stakeholders, the government, the public services, the NGOs, the migrants association, employers, and of course public. So they can be used as merely service providers by offering their expertise on the field through partnerships with NGOs, but also with an active participation in the design of services and the training of civil servants by organizing seminars or courses on conferences or publishing handbooks. And the proposal is, of course, to the figure of intercultural mediator to be established by law in Greece. And in this way, we could define the competencies and duties of cultural mediators, actively cooperate, to facilitate communication between service providers, assist users in relation with public and private services, promote the inclusion of citizens, and of course, respect the confidentiality of all information. Moreover, the figure of intercultural mediator must be guaranteed through a protocol that we talked earlier today, signed by the state or local authorities on the one hand and associations, cooperatives on the other hand. Intercultural mediators must be active in all social fields, in school, in public administration services, in healthcare system, legal system, police authorities. And of course, intercultural mediator must be a widespread tool of integration and not only employed by NGOs. As a conclusion, the expansion of civil servants' competencies on the basis of intercultural mediation would have a positive impact in terms of quality, sufficiency, promptness, and sustainability of public services provided to third country nationals. Public administration shall be eager to generalize the use of intercultural mediators on a more permanent basis in order to achieve simplification and acceleration of administrative procedures. It's time for the public administration to use flexible methods to deal with the transforming and shifting phenomenon, such as migration in Greece. Thank you very much.